Hello, my name is Michelle, and I'm the president of the UW XR Club. Welcome to our first event, Virtual Vacation. Today we will be taking a tour through Fushimi Inari, a beautiful shrine located near Kyoto, as well as Mýrdalssandur, a mystical beach and plain located on the south side of Iceland. We are guiding you through this experience in order to begin our demonstration of virtual reality as a platform for storytelling, education, and exploration. We will also be sharing with you the events and resources we will be offering virtually and on campus in the future. We are aware that a vacation might seem trivial with all of the turmoil going on around the globe with the pandemic and the injustices in our country today. This virtual vacation is a chance for us to push pause on our anxiety and sadness, strengthen our imagination and wonder in the world, and reflect upon the beauty that is still worth fighting for. We are so excited that you are here with us today, and we will be watching the Twitch chat for questions and feedback. Now I will hand things over to our club's Chief Technology Officer, Jesus Govela.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, everyone. I'm Jesus, the CTO of the club. My role is to handle the more technical things such as equipment loans, VR troubleshooting, and general tech support. I'm also available to help with VR and AR projects around campus, so if you're thinking of starting or have already started a VR or AR project and want my advice, let me know and I'd be happy to help. I'll be the one wearing the VR headset today and controlling all the movements you see on screen. I'll be using the HTC Vive Pro, which I have here. That's what it looks like. And the controllers I'll be using are right here. These are the HTC Vive standard controllers. And once we have the ability to host events on campus again, you will have the opportunity to try these experiences out for yourself and all the equipment out for yourself as well through events we do on campus and such. So look out for that. One last thing from me, if you're interested in my PC setup, the details are in the Twitch description below. So now I'll pass it off to Samantha.
I am the CMO of the club, Chief Marketing Officer, and my role is to handle all the marketing and promotional planning for our events. I'll be guiding you through this experience today as we travel through different worlds, starting with Fushimi Inari in Kyoto, Japan, and then going through Mýrdalssandur, Iceland, and then having a short Q&A break in the middle and ending with an interactive Google Earth exploration. So this is your opportunity to choose locations for us to explore. So start thinking of those locations now. If you like what you see today, make sure to keep up to date with our socials. Facebook, Instagram is XR Club UW, and LinkedIn and YouTube is XR Club. So now let's get on into the journey.
Okay. Hello everyone again, it's me, Jesus, and welcome to the Steam VR home. This is what loads up when you first start up Steam VR for the first time and have everything set up, and I've gone through the room setup and all that. And this is where you can get familiar with VR if it's your first time, practice moving around, get comfortable, adjust the headset, controllers, and other settings. So as you can see here, if you're new to VR, the controllers I'm holding are represented in VR via these 3D models pretty accurately, one-to-one actually. And now I'll get into some locomotion, how you move around in VR. So by pressing anywhere on the right trackpad, you can see a targeting laser show up, and this shows where you're going to be teleporting to. So most VR experiences use this method of movement since smooth movement can be disorienting, especially if you've never done that before. So if I point to where I want to go and then let go, I teleport there after a brief fade to black. It's a really good idea to get comfortable doing this if you're doing this for the first time. And another thing I'll show off is quick turning. So if you click left or right on the right touchpad at all, you will instantly snap a certain amount of degrees. I think it's like 45 or 30-ish degrees to the left or right. And that's if you don't want to turn yourself physically like this. Like here I'm turning physically, and here I'm using the snap turn. But that can be disorienting to viewers, so I won't be using the snap turn for any of the experiences we try out today. So now let me go back here. There we go. So some other things you can do here, you can create public rooms, join public rooms, chat with friends, hang out in VR, play around with the props in each of the environments, pick them up, examine them, move around. They have physics to them. And there's a few other things as well. There's 4 tools you can use here. This is the 3D Painter tool. You can change whatever color you want on the trackpad. You can see where my thumb is moving on it. So let's do red. Then you just press the triggers and draw whatever you want in 3D. And you can move around it, examine it, all that. It's pretty fun with friends if you want to do some collaborative drawing. All right, that's it for the intro to general VR. Very shortly, we will jump into our first experience, Fushimi Inari. So give me a second while we jump into that.
Before we descend into Kyoto, I'll share some thoughtful tips to keep in mind when visiting. First of all, photos taken near certain shrines and temples are considered to be prohibited and actually very rude, as well as bugging maikos, traditional Japanese music performers, for a selfie. Additionally, don't worry about tipping or counting your change here. Simply say okini, which means thank you in Kyoto dialect. Also, when entering homes with tatami, a traditional floor mat, make sure you take your shoes off for respect. Now get ready. We've descended into our first destination, Kyoto, Japan, where the local time is 4 a.m. with clear skies and temperatures reaching high 70s today. We hope you enjoy your short vacation in Fushimi Inari. Welcome to Fushimi Inari, Kyoto's most important shrine. The shrine sits at the base of Mount Inari and can be accessed from Inari Station. This is a 5-minute train ride from JR Kyoto Station. It was founded in 711. The legend goes, a rice cake was shot up into the air, which turned into a swan and flew away, eventually landing on a peak of a mountain where rice grew. This led to the deity Inari Okami, the god of rice, being enshrined on the plateau and the start of this location, Fushimi Inari. As we walk up the mountain, you'll notice these gateway structures. These are known as torii gates, signifying the transition from mundane to sacred. There are actually about 1,000 gates located here. Beauty you see here is actually created by mixing photographs with 3D modeling. This process is called photogrammetry. In this particular world, it was made using a mixture of assets from UE4 Marketplace, Pixel Megascans, and Google Blocks. And although Fushimi Inari is widely popular in the daytime, it's one of the few shrines that stay open past dusk. It's illuminated with just enough light that it's not too dangerous to walk, but it's also not too bright that the atmosphere is spoiled. To the left, you'll notice one of the hidden waterfalls. The site's main waterfall is surrounded by moss-covered statues, but nonetheless, this is still a common stop for tourists as they enjoy the view and take a moment to rest. This here is Shin-Ai Pond, the halfway mark of the stair steps, signifying that you are getting closer to the top of the mountain. As we continue up the mountain, you'll notice a clear stairway leading to the top. This path leads to the upper shrine, which is typically very crowded, so it's important to get started early. As mentioned previously, these red gates are sacred to Japan's shrines. Each gate is donated, and you'll see the name of the donator in black ink on the left side and the date it was donated on the left side. We're now approaching a view that overlooks all of southern Kyoto and extends down to Osaka, the neighboring city. You can take a well-earned rest here and buy something to drink at one of the shrine's tea houses before continuing up the summit. We have now made it to the top of Mount Inari, 233 meters above sea level, but be warned, this would have normally taken about 2 hours to walk up, and that's if you aren't stopping for souvenirs and food. And as we descend down the mountain, notice the beauty that surrounds you. This immersive world was created by Matt Newell, using his own photos and memories he captured here, with the intention to bring the same aura and cultural significance. to the bridge that overlooks the beautiful nature scenery and river that flows beneath. Let this be a moment of reflection as you take in the sight and appreciate the beauty that surrounds you, as many tourists would in this exact spot. With the ability of VR technology, we are able to step into this immersive experience, educate, and entertain. With our quick attention spans, we're able to focus more, apart from traditional classroom learning, and increase enrichment across industries. We have now made it to the entrance of Fushimi Inari, signaling a near end to our journey. And as you exit these red-colored gates, symbolizing vitality and protection, you enter back into a mundane space. There are multiple paths that you can walk through, in this experience, allowing you to explore as you wish and walk at your own pace, visiting and backtracking in certain spots if desired, an unhurried but blissful experience. This here was Fushimi Inari. Thank you so much for embarking on this first destination with us. So, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your first tour through Fushimi Inari. Before we jump into the next destination, we have a short Q&A for you all, and also to talk about the resources we can offer. So, does anybody have any questions or feedback for us? I do see in the chat that someone asked if there's any events planned for fall quarter. Great question. We're definitely in the works as to kind of what happens with campus, like if we are to reopen or not. But we're definitely planning some. So whether it will be virtual or in person, we'll definitely have stuff ready for fall quarter. So just stay tuned, up to date with our different social media platforms, and those will be the first places that you'll hear about our events. We just got a new question in. Will you be creating VR spaces too? This might be something that our president of the club would like to answer.
The question was, sorry, my network is lagging a little bit. So was the question that will we be having more experiences on campus, or will we be building more experiences on campus?
So there's two questions here. There's one, will we be creating VR spaces? I'm not sure if that's on campus or off campus. And then what experiences do we have planned? So both. Yes. Thank you guys for your questions.
Gotcha. So what's kind of in the works is that we plan on teaching workshops and hosting events where we can either experience VR, or we also plan on creating space for people to put together projects where we can build experiences together. We are still trying to work out the details with that.
Thank you, Michelle. And then just to expand on that, this experience was mainly focused on virtual vacation, but there's actually so much more that we have just in the back of our minds to plan out, like not necessarily vacation themed, but there's stuff that's related to the medical field. There's stuff that can help with public speaking. There's the tilt brush where you can work on your art. So essentially any major we can apply VR to. I think we'll give it like 30 more seconds if we have any last minute thoughts that come up for questions. And then we'll move on to the resources that we have to offer.
So a little bit more about us. We are XR Club. So for those who are new to XR, so XR stands for, it kind of encompasses both VR and AR. So who we are as a club is we are a tech and social justice community offering education, support, and resources for VR and AR events and projects. Our mission is to empower beginners and experts alike to explore the limitless possibilities of these platforms in order to share and build experiences that are socially ethical and equitable. So what we want to offer is we are hosting educational and community events online now through the end of summer 2020. Starting in the fall, we will offer a wide variety of equipment checkouts and tech support, as well as educational and community workshops and events on campus. Our goal is that VR and AR technologies are quickly becoming platforms that all industries are leveraging. By opening our club and resources to multiple majors, we hope to bridge the gap between schools and allow opportunities for VR and AR experiences and projects to be created and shared in multiple spaces for research, education, storytelling, and exploration. The resources that we offer include education events and tech support. And some examples of some of the equipment that we will check out include the Vive and Vive Pro headsets, Windows Mixed Reality headsets, Oculus Rift, HoloLens, and other equipment. And we will be working in close connection with the makerspace where they have 3D printers and a larger variety of equipment that we can share. So with that, I want to offer any other, I want to offer any other time for any other questions. I'm watching the chat. Otherwise, we will have another section at the end. But without further ado, I would like to take departure from Fushimi Inari and start our voyage to Iceland.
Ready, we have now descended into our second destination, Mýrdalssandur, Iceland, where the local time is about 8 p.m. with rainy conditions and temperatures reaching the low 50s today. We hope you enjoy your tour. Mýrdalssandur is an outwash plain located between two rivers, which carries water down from the glacier, Mýrdalsjökull. The area is a desert of black sand, a huge tourist attraction for many. Additionally, the opening scenes of Star Wars Rogue One, depicted as Planet Lamu, were filmed in this exact location. Mýrdalssandur is a stretch of black basalt sand that is one of the wettest places in Iceland. The cliffs west of the beach are home to many seabirds, most notably puffins, which burrow in the shallow soils during nesting season. Offshore lie stacks of basalt rock, remnants of a once more extensive cliffline, now battered by the sea. now headed to Kalta volcano. Legend has it that a farm was destroyed here in 984 by a volcanic eruption. Supposedly, an old farmer was buried here, and it's considered good luck to add a rock to the pile, hence all the rocks you'll see lying around. Is Kalta volcano, a breathtaking sight. It's one of the biggest volcanoes in Iceland, and it's still considered to be very active. From 930 to 1980, when the last one occurred, 16 to 20 eruptions have been documented. Some say that the eruption in 1918 might have been the last one, but others say it's long overdue. And as we walk along this path and enjoy the view, I'm going to share a few Icelandic customs that may be strange in our minds, but is completely normal for them. First of all, Icelanders have about 6 months to name their children, and it's usually not announced into the christening ceremony, which is about 6 months after the baby's birth. Second, a friendly or common saying for Icelanders is to say thank you for last time when seeing someone that you recently saw at another occasion, such as a wedding or birthday party. And lastly, the art of unjinxing is a little bit different here. Similar to how we would say knock on wood, Icelanders would say the numbers 7, 9, and 13 as well. This glacier here is known as Mýrdalsjökull, which means Myr Valley Glacier, and it's approximately 4,898 feet high. Fun fact, scenes filmed beyond the wall in the Game of Thrones series were actually filmed here. This waterfall you see here flows down from the Mýrdalssandur tongues. Here is the waterfall that flows from Mýrdalsjökull's glacier that we saw earlier. This is the view from the bottom. Beach, I'm going to share a legend that many locals here still believe. Contemporary legends note the story of a husband who found his wife taken by two trolls, frozen at night. The husband made the trolls swear to never kill anyone again. His wife was the love of his life, whose free spirit he was unable to provide a home for. She found her fate out amongst the trolls, rocks, and the sea. Now, thank you for embarking on this destination with us to Iceland. Next stop is the Google Earth interactive experience.
All right, hello and welcome to the Google Earth VR experience. To get started here, we're just going to watch the welcome video to get a feel for the locations. So our first one here is Arches National Park in Utah, USA. Next we're in Tokyo, Japan. And its sprawling city. And then Monte Fitzroy in Patagonia. And then the port of Hamburg in Germany. Then the Half Dome in California. Then Yosemite Valley, also in California. And then Sierra Nevada Mountains, California. And then there's California from space. And then the Earth, the Milky Way galaxy. Right, now once the welcome tour is over, I will jump into how Google Earth VR works. So here you can see the controllers modeled again to the ones I'm using. First up, point at the Earth, you'll see a little white dot. Pull the trigger, and you'll be able to drag it by pointing. And then when you want to zoom in, press up on the trackpad. Here you can see where my thumb is, indicated by the little light. You just press up, and then you start to go forward in increments. And you zoom in, and then once you're close enough, you press anywhere on the left trackpad. This will place the Earth under you. And clicking it again, place it in front of you again. And now the topmost button on the right controller up here will open the menu, and here you can explore other places in the world, popular places in the world that have already been picked out by the Google Earth team. So let's visit one right now, Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. Alright, so here we are. You can see the beautiful German countryside over here. As well as the mountains and the forest. And here's the castle. Now, one other thing you can do with Google Earth VR is change the time of day. If you look up, you can see the sun and its path across the sky. If you click the right trigger anywhere along the line and drag it, and then it'll move the sun along that path. And here it's nighttime. Keep dragging. You can make it dawn. In the morning, as you can see, the shadows actually update a little bit on these models here as the sunlight direction changes. Just keep it at noon. And then one last thing, if you press the topmost button on the left controller, it'll bring up this preview to take a picture. So you just take it, and then that place is saved here in the menu under saved. Now I'll get into the Street View feature. So depending on where you're floating above, so like right here-ish, you'll see this little orb on top of the left controller. And then here you can see the preview of the 360 image. And if you want to jump into that image, you can either pull it up to your face or click on it with the other controller. And then now we're in the 360 photo. which is in the forest nearby the castle. You can see a waterfall, all the rocks, higher up the mountain, all the trees. Now you can't move in these pictures, but you do have a full 360 view of wherever the picture was taken.
Is it possible to go to the castle and see a street view of that?
Yes, we can. Let's do that. Looks like there's a few here. Right. Here we can see the castle. Looks like this was after it was been snowing for a while. You can see all the people. I'm not sure if viewers can tell, but this picture is slightly lower quality. It's a lot easier to tell the quality when you're actually in VR because the picture is blown up a lot. But the quality of these pictures varies based on what camera was used to take it, how steady the camera was when it was taking it, and other factors such as the lighting. Right, so now we'll hop out of this one. Let's see if we can find one more. Here's another one from inside the castle. A lot more sunny, no snow. Really impressive piece of architecture. Alright, so now we will go to one other place to check that out. The Marina South in Singapore. Now, a couple of you may have seen pictures of this place already. This is the Super Tree Grove, Singapore. See if we can get a better picture from the walkway. Let's see. Here we go. You can see the really cool looking structures with all the vines and grass growing on them. You can see the walkway up above with people walking on them. See if we can find another. Alright, here's one at night. And the trees light up pretty well during the night, as well as the walkway. It's really neat in VR. You can really get a good sense of scale in these photographs. Yeah, this one's a little blurry just because it's taken at night. It's a lot harder to take night photos. Here we go. Here's one from the walkway. Up here. Yeah, and here you can see the hotel in the background. One other thing I'll mention is these models, these 3D models you're seeing here. These are generated using a similar form of photogrammetry, which is what the other two experiences, Fushimi Inari and the Iceland one, were doing as well. However, since these are satellite images that used by Google, the quality of the pictures is not high enough to get an accurate 3D model created. So usually the smaller something is, the less detailed it is. Like you can see these trees, it's just a kind of a green polygon mess. But the larger something is, the easier it is. So these super trees are fairly accurate, as well as all the skyscrapers you see in the back. They're all pretty accurate as well. Right, so now we will open it up to the chat, and you guys can suggest where to go, and I will search for it here.
So we do have our first suggestion, which is to go to UW Bothell, our campus.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's usually the first place. That's one of the first places I went to. So there it is. All right, here we are. We have an aerial view of the campus over there. Fly a little closer. You can see the parking garage, all that. Let's see what street views we have available. Yeah, this is probably familiar to a lot of you. And just like in the browser version of Google Earth, you can instantly go to connected photographs just by pointing and clicking. Now let's see if we can tell when this was taken. Looks like June 2019. Yep. It's when this picture was taken, or the series of photos was taken. We'll take a quick loop around the campus. Let's go where the buses go. Looks like this was taken during the week. Lots of students about. Let's go check out the Arc, and then we'll move on to the next suggestion. Yep, there's the Arc. And library. Pretty high quality photo as well, taken by the Google car when it came by. Yeah, you can see it in the reflection of the glass over there. Alright, that was pretty neat getting to see the campus from a slightly different perspective. What do we have next?
Our next suggestion is to go to Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Let's see. Could you say that again?
It's Chiang Mai, Thailand.
There it is. let's zoom in and put it under us. All right, let's see if... Okay, yeah, so for a lot of distant countries that we don't have good satellite images for, the quality of the picture is not good enough to make the 3D models using photogrammetry. So in cases like this, the images will just be flat. The buildings won't have any depth to them. But you can still jump into the street view if there are any, which it looks like there are. Let's see where else we can go. Put it under me so we can see the different places. Let's see. Oh, here we go. You can see a bunch of stores, art on the walls. Yeah, it's really interesting getting to see the street view pictures from different countries. Let's see what the park looks like. Oh, this is really nice. Trees, water and everything. So if you notice the tree's a little cut off here, as well as a couple other instances, yeah, like right there. The reason for that is when the picture is being taken, usually the camera has to move the lenses in a 360 motion. So if the camera doesn't hold still, or if something moves really quickly as the picture is being taken, it'll get cut off when it's stitched together like that. Kind of like if you take a panorama with your phone and you aren't steady, it can look distorted and weird sometimes. However, there are cameras that take the whole image at once. That you don't have to do like don't have to move it like a panorama. It just takes the picture. So in those cases, the movement isn't such a big issue, unless something's moving really fast, faster than the shutter speed of the camera. Do one last place here. Oh, this is a really cool building. All right. Are there any more suggestions?
Yes, we have about 3 more suggestions, so I think we'll make sure to do all of those. So the next one is Prague in Czech Republic.
Prague.
Try PRAG.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
There we go, yeah. All right, let's see if we have good quality satellite photos. Looks like we do, yeah. You can see a lot of the buildings and the skyscrapers all pop out. Take a quick fly around. If you see any, it's an interesting building. Oh, here we go. This is a 360 photo taken in the air, probably by a drone. So these are really cool. You get a really nice view of the city here. Yeah, and if you're trying this for the first time, just be wary when you look down. You might get a little bit of vertigo. You're just floating in the air. I know I felt that a little bit the first time I did this. Just another one. So taken from a rooftop, or just a high up street. See, a lot of the roofs have that red-orange color. Oh wow. This appears to be a church. See all the people here. Really nice looking. Alright, we'll do one more and then jump into the next one. Bunch of modern buildings. It's like a Hilton. Yep. Nice variety of buildings around here. The old and the new. Alright, what is the next one?
The next location we have is Taj Mahal. Thank you
Taj
guys for the invitation.
Let's see. Oops. Oh. There it is. Alright. Taj Mahal, India. So it looks like we're not going to get the 3D models out here, but we should have plenty of good photos of the Taj Mahal. We're a little bit close to it in this one. And a little farther away. This looks like the entrance. Here we go. Here we can see all the waterways, all the nicely cut grass, bushes, trees. Looks a bit cloudy, but sun's still getting through. See if we can get closer. Looks like later in the day, sundown, looks like. Right, and I should mention that anyone really can take a 360 photo, either with their phone or camera. 360 cameras are fairly expensive, but they do take high quality photos. So you yourself can go take a picture, 360 photo wherever, upload it to Google, and then you can see it in VR like this. Let's see if there's one more. All right, what is next one? Oh, here we can see the river out behind the Taj Mahal. Okay. All right, what is next on the list?
Next, we have Mexico City.
Mexico City. All right, here we are, Mexico City, the capital of Mexico. It's very large. Looks like we do have the models here, yep. Let's see if there's any good street views. Oh wow. Where's this? It's Pavita Nueva. This is a really high quality photo. It looks very clear in VR. Yeah, you can see all the intricate designs here on the church really clearly. Yeah, in pictures like these, it really feels like you're there. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, looks like this is the inside of a mall. Yeah, it's not too common to get pictures of inside a building, but if it's like a public space like this, then there's a few of these, usually in malls, airports, and such. Looks like apartment buildings. This is actually really nice because all my family's from Mexico, but I've never gone myself, so I've always wanted to. This is my first look at a bunch of these places. Oh, it looks like a pavilion. This looks like an art museum. Yeah, and also in these pictures you can get a good sense of how crowded popular places are, depending on when the picture was taken. Looks like this is the middle of the day, so there's a lot of people out here.
We do have a request to visit Estadio Azteca, like Azteca Stadium. So if you'd be able to
Let's
find
see.
that.
Ah, yeah, here it is. So we're about here, even it looks, since the structure's so big, it actually looks very accurate. You can see even all the details in the seats, the images they're creating. So here's one from inside. It's like, yep, during a game, high, at night. And it looks like it was packed this day. Let's see if there's other photos here. There's another one. Oh, it looks like it was raining. It's like this was taken in the front row, or near the front row. Yeah, this is also a very good way to see things from different perspectives. I'm sure a lot of us haven't been this close to the action. See if there's one more. Looks like this was a different game. It's not as packed. All right, that was a really nice suggestion. Thank you to whoever submitted that. All right. What is the next place?
this will be our last stop, unless anybody has any final requests. But let's go to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yeah, it's another good place. Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So we got good quality satellite images here too. Looks like for major cities, most of the time, they have good quality photos. Let's see if we can get one by the river. Amsterdam Central. Oh, right. So here's another example of things getting weird in 360 photos. You can see here there's two of the same person there. She was probably walking when the photo was being taken, so it looks like there's two of her. And then a bunch of feet cut off the closer you are to the camera as well. Here's one by the river. And the tons of bikes. Yeah. Looks like you can... guessing you can rent bikes here. Oh, looks like a cruise ship was here, or has been here for a while, if it's showing up on the Google Maps. Yeah, sometimes you can get some photos from cruise ships, sometimes even out in the water.
Could we see the boat view from the one we saw yesterday, from the smaller boat?
Let's see. Looks like this is one of them, yeah. So we're mounting to the front of the boat here. We're out on the river. Let's see if we can find some more. Actually, let's go out here. There's another one. Looks like a sailboat. Yeah, these images can, it's hard to take a picture while the boat's moving. So these are typically lower quality, unless it's a big cruise ship, like the one we saw before. There's a lighthouse. Just sailboats. Looks like this is a small island out here, yeah. This looks like a very nice place to relax. Just look out on the water, like they're doing over there. Doesn't look like there are any boats out here. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to find any around here. Ah, here's another. All right. Now, is that the last one we had?
We actually have one final destination to visit, and that is Paris.
Ah, Paris. Paris, France. All right, let's check out the Eiffel Tower. Here we are. Field out in front of the Eiffel Tower. Doesn't look too busy in this photo. Check out a few more. Oops. Oh, here's one at night. You can see the Eiffel Tower all lit up. Looks like there's a bunch of vendors set up here. Let's get one during the day, so it looks a little better. Yeah, I've always wanted to go here as well. Haven't gotten the chance to. So it's nice being able to see it like this. Let's see if we have one from up top. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately, but just another one at night. Looks like there was some kind of event going on when this was taken. A couple more of the buildings around here. Check this last place out. Really nice view of the Louvre there. Alright, here's a better photo. All right. All right, if that was the last one, was that the last one?
Yes, that is the last location.
All right. Thank you guys so much for suggesting those great locations. That was a lot of those places were for the first time for me, at least. So it was really fun getting to see them up close. All right. Now that we'll wrap up Google Earth and stick around for a sec, and we will answer any last minute questions and do our conclusions. All right, hang tight. All right, we're all ready to do our final send-offs, thank yous, and all that. Let's see. Sorry, one more second. All right, I'll say a few things to end off. Thanks again for joining us. It was really fun putting this together, and I learned a lot. I'm sure everyone watching learned a lot. So thank you for tuning in, and look forward to our other events in the future. All right, if anyone else has anything they want to say, now's the time.
I'm just going to add thank you all for joining us today. We had so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed the experience as a viewer as much as we did guiding you through. Again, you'll see our social media platforms on there, so make sure to tune in. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn will have all of our events first thing, so that'll be the best place to look for them. But I'm going to hand it off to our president, Michelle, to take it away and send us off.
Thank you so much, Samantha. This has just been such a pleasure to host our first event. Please let us know what you thought and any suggestions for the next event. We can't wait to come up with other ideas for fall events. And please hit us up on our social media pages, and you can feel free to email us as well. To ask questions about projects you can be a part of, or any other equipment checkouts or any other opportunities. And we can't wait to hear from you and build a new virtual community together.
Yes, and so with that, this is our goodbyes. Thank you all again, and we hope to see you at the next event.